Just two men who I would not clock in an empty room fighting with each other. Explain what's actually happening here. Pete Hegseth goes on a podcast hosted by Stephen Little Bitch Miller's wife, because of course these people all have podcasts. And she asks him,
who would you trust to babysit your kids?
Not your husband.
Not your husband. Just straight up tells the woman, I wouldn't let Stephen Little Bitch Miller near my 7 children. Fair. But then Miller claps back on Fox News with this joke.
Well, I think in fairness, he's worried that if I babysat his kids, they come back after a couple hours and they would say, Daddy, why don't you send the military into Minnesota to help us with the Somali refugees?
Like, so funny. Let's just make it all racist and joke about using the military against immigrants. Classic white nationalist humor. Now, if you're new here, you may be wondering why all these people hate Stephen Little Bitch Miller. Where do I start? This is the guy who designed the family separation policy, the one where they literally took babies away from their parents at school pickup, pepper sprayed them all, and then put them in cages with no food, no water. The Southern Poverty Law Center looked at his leaked emails and was straight up like, yeah, this is actually white nationalism. And he was out there promoting a racist French novel about white genocide that neo-Nazis love. They eat that up. Live, laugh, love it. Over 100 members of Congress called for him to resign. But sure, not the guy to babysit your soccer team of kids, Pete. And then Pete Hegseth, oh boy, this is the Fox News guy who had zero defense experience and somehow broed his way to Secretary of Defense and then rebranded it to the Secretary of War. And he just a few months ago ordered the military to kill everyone on a boat they said was carrying drugs, but we don't know. And they hit the boat and then people survived and they were clinging to the wreckage for life. And Hegseth went on and said, second strike, finish them off. Military lawyers had to come out and say, yeah, that's a war crime and it's also murder. At least 83 people have died in these boat strikes. And how does Hegseth respond to these war crime accusations? Posting a meme of Franklin the Turtle, you know, the beloved Canadian children's character, firing a rocket launcher off at boats. The publisher of Franklin Books had to release a statement being like, Franklin stands for kindness and empathy. Please stop making him look like a war criminal. Even Trump was like, I wouldn't have ordered that second strike, which is saying something. So basically we've got white nationalist architect of child separation policies joking about deploying the military against more refugees. And then the Fox News defense secretary accused of executing shipwreck survivors while posting cartoon memes about it. And they're fighting over who would be worse at babysitting. This is our government. That's where we're at. Two guys who shouldn't be allowed near anyone's children arguing about which one of them is least trustworthy.